Come forward, Gunners. Let's run it back to the start of last season. What was our starting 11 and what I want our starting 11 to look like at the start of the new Premier League campaign. So running it back at the start of last season, for some reason, I don't know why, Arteta was experimenting what I don't know really, but him starting Partey at right back didn't really sit well with me. Not so much for Havertz really, because Havertz, we all knew that he said he was going to bring Havertz in to play as a midfielder. But this is what our starting 11 looked like at the beginning of last season. Ramsdale was in goal, Partey at right back. The two centre backs were White and Saliba, and Jurriën Timber, who got injured in that game, started at left back. So our midfield three was Odegaard, Rice and Havertz, and then up front we had Saka and Nketiah and Martinelli. Now it's interesting because obviously we are expecting Arteta to sign a few players. I think in my opinion we need a world-class defender, a world-class midfielder and a world-class striker. Maybe there's a way we can get a world-class winger, or maybe a winger that is decent enough to give Saka a rest, because I think Arteta doesn't trust his bench players enough, and that might have cost us last season in a way of winning the league actually. So let's see what my starting 11 will be like. Let me know what yours is going to look like for the start of this season. I think Ramsdale, we all know that it's looking like he's not going to be a first team goalkeeper for Arsenal next season. The back four pretty much speaks itself from last season. I think we can all agree that our back four was the only problem. There was the left back, but every other department was really well covered. So I think Gabriel Magalhaes goes back into the squad. And for me, if we are almost getting Calafiori now, by the way. So I think for me, Calafiori complements that back four because he's naturally left-footed and he can play football. It's not about saying a left back. He can defend, and actually he can go forward to the channels. He can come in midfield. He can play the long pass, you know. And that's what I love about that player. If you watch the Euros, you know what that player is all about. So, and actually why I love him more is his determination to play for Arsenal, because he chose Arsenal over Chelsea. So this is where it starts to get interesting. For me, I think Rice cannot play in that 4 for Arsenal. He's done so well last season in the 8th row. I would love for him to continue there. I think Martin Zubimendi, if we had to get that player, he will be good enough. If we can get him, I think Partey is experienced enough, or Jorginho is experienced enough also to play in that role, whatever, but just give the balance to the team in terms of allowing Rice to be able to get forward and cause more problems up front. But I would love for us as Arsenal to get Zubimendi. We saw in the final when Rodri was substituted, he came in and then Spain scored the 2 goals that won them the game. So I think Zubimendi, in my opinion, is a good player to get in that position. Give them the trophy. So I think that player is good enough to play for Arsenal. So the front three, for me, I think the most important department that we need to sign, I think this is it. I want a player, I always said I wanted Isaac, because he can play on the flank and also he can play in centre forward. So he can play 2 positions up front, but he can be devastating. There was a game about this guy against Everton, I think, where he dribbled from the middle of the park, from here all the way, dribbled all the way here, gave the pass and the player tapped to him. So I want this player in my team. If we can get this player, then Nketiah and the rest can go. Any good winger can complement that player. So a person like Trossard, or maybe Martinelli, can pick up where he left off, and then that's it. So guys, this is my preferred starting 11 for next season. Let me know what yours is. This is my preferred starting 11 for next season.